Welcome to Formula World. I'm your host Dylan Shelley, and here's what's on this episode. First up on Formula World, Gasly's results are unacceptable. Head of Red Bull driver development, Helmut Marko, has been known to be ruthless with drivers that aren't performing to the desired level. And with Pierre Gasly's repeated lack of pace, he had some firm words to say about the Frenchman. It's not easy to be Verstappen's teammate, because he is an exceptionally talented driver, but the results and speed of Gasly are simply unacceptable. At the previous two Grand Prix in Canada and France, he was clearly worse than we expected. The gap between Pierre and Max is too great. But Marko was quick to make it clear that they are not looking to sack him, at least not at this stage. We also have no plans to replace him with another driver. He works with a young engineer, and that doesn't really help either. Thinking about the 2020 lineup, we won't do that until September or October. And Red Bull team boss Christian Horner echoed the statements that they want to continue with Gasly and aim to help him get to the level they believe he is capable of. Pierre's having a tough time at the moment. We're doing our very best to support him. I think he just needs a reset. We know what he is capable of. I think we just somehow have got to go Control-Alt-Delete in his head and start again. He's a quick driver. We're sticking by him. We still believe in him and will give him all the support that we can to try and nurture the talent that we know he has. Kubica answers questions on F1 future. Robert Kubica has had a rather underwhelming return to F1 given the hype placed around his comeback. Having the worst car on the grid combined with being consistently outperformed by your teammate has led many to question the Polish driver's future in the sport. And when asked if he will still be on the grid for 2020, this is what he had to say. "I think it's too early to talk about it. There are still 12 races in this season." This was followed by another question as to whether he feels his seat is safe for the remainder of 2019, and it was clear that Robert was not impressed by the question. "You tell me, why would I not finish the season? Stupid question, stupid answer." Kubica then went on to explain how he feels about the current predicament he finds himself in. "It's not like I'm not trying. Driving a second slower than my teammate is not very much fun. When I try everything, I slide and destroy the tyres. If there is nothing new in Silverstone, it will be the same." Fast feed. McLaren boss Zak Brown tweeted his praise for Honda following their win in Austria, saying, "Congratulations to Honda for their success at the Austrian Grand Prix today. Good for the company and good for F1. Red Bull boss Christian Horner said it would be incomprehensible for the stewards to have changed the podium after a race like they had in Austria. He also set out his goals for the season, saying, "Our target in the Constructors' Championship is Ferrari, and we need both cars to score the maximum points possible." Honda F1 boss Toyoharu Tanabe declared, "We finally made it," and said today feels like a new beginning following their win in Austria. Williams driver George Russell reflected on his Austrian Grand Prix, saying, "We're still a long way off, but there's a few positives there." Haas team boss Gunther Steiner described their Austrian Grand Prix as negatively amazing. Max Verstappen commented on Charles Leclerc, saying he will for sure this year take his first victory. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko believes his team can make good on his promise to Honda, saying, "I promised 5 wins, I still believe we can achieve them." Mercedes boss Toto Wolff has come out saying that the Austrian Grand Prix was really painful for their team. Alfa Romeo driver Antonio Giovinazzi says scoring his first points in F1 is a big weight off my shoulders. And it's been announced that due to a computer error, Robert Kubica was not in fact voted driver of the day, and that Max Verstappen won with 74% of the vote. Formula World fans react. Is Hamilton the best driver to ever exist? This is what I asked on the previous episode, and the results are in. With a vote split 60-40, it's relatively close, with 60% of you saying he is not the best driver to ever exist, while 40% of you do believe he is. Should Gasly be sacked? If so, who should replace him? Be sure to vote in the poll by clicking the eye icon in the top right corner of this video, and a special thanks to Blaze Hope for becoming a member and helping support the show. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.